Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AutoDreams Automotive Podcast. I'm your host, Zoo. Today, I'd like to talk about what I'm about, who I am, how I got here, and how you can get here. Or go even bigger. First of all, my name is Zach. Why am I here? I wanted to express my thoughts. I wanted to have some input into the automotive world that I've been in love with for so many years. And I think that being able to reach out there and talk to you guys, which is very exciting for me, because it's not something that I've really went and outdid myself with before. Here, I'll have the opportunity to reach out and meet as many people as I can. That's the goal. I'd love to help you guys if I can, whether it's with inspirational words or ideas or anything along those lines. AutoDreams is going to be a relaxed segment every time. I'd like to help expand your knowledge if possible. Perhaps there's things that I may mention that you have not heard yet or before, and I'd be happy to do so. So without further ado, let's talk about me. Let's talk about the program. What is AutoDreams? AutoDreams, the name, it rolls off the tongue, and I really like the idea of dreaming. I've been a dreamer my whole life, but I've started to push myself to help those dreams become reality. Now, it's a beautiful thing because when you picture something, you're just reaching out there and you want to grab it, but you can't quite do it. And there's that little bit of something holding you back. You can't tell what. And then you learn to take that step forward. You push that foot and you go and you ram through the wall. And next thing you know, you're pushing yourself and you're propelling forward. And all of a sudden, one thing leads to another. And you're feeling good about yourself. You wake up in the morning, you look in the mirror, you go, hey, today's going to be a great day. Shit, every day should be a great day. Why not? That's why we're here. That's why people exist. It's a beautiful thing, the life we live. And I think for us, car guys, especially, that's something else. Because you wake up every morning and most of the time you're thinking about getting into your car that you love so much, right? You got a remote starter. You can hear it from outside the wall. Vroom, vroom. You hear that exhaust rumbling and it feels great. You get to take that thing to work or wherever it is you're going. Now, I'm sure in most cases, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but behind that sound, both metaphorically and physically, because it's a tough game, right? But, in the end, you just can't give up. You can't ever give up. That's why I'm here. I'm tired of running around and hearing people complain about this or that, making up excuses because, they're too lazy to do something where you can see right through that. And if you can help motivate those people, push them, drive them forward, do it. Don't sit and do nothing. It's hard to even word it correctly because I was that kid. I'll be honest with you. I used to be that kid. I used to make up excuses and, sit on the couch and say, oh, I'll do it another day. And then it just all kind of came together in my head where, starting from the little things, picking up after yourself, cleaning up around you, living your life in the healthiest way possible, not for anyone else, but for yourself. It really helps motivate you to go forward. Just the little things, just start there. You got to start somewhere. You talk to any successful person in the world. At one point in their life, they probably weren't successful. They had to build their way up there, and that's something that we can all do. I'm on that journey myself, and I'm pushing myself every day harder and harder because I want to achieve my goals. Now, everybody's goals are different. Mine being in the case where, I want to move forward with my automotive dreams. What will you do about it? If your answer is, I don't know, you're doing something wrong right there. I'm not saying plan your year ahead of you because that's ridiculous. Nobody knows. But what I've learned is, the next day you need to know what you're going to do. Whether it's you're going to go to work, what are you going to do after work? Because if you're not planning ahead, you're just going to sit on that couch and you're going to do nothing the whole fucking time. I learned that the hard way because I spent day after day after day coming home saying, listen, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. And here I am now going, listen, tomorrow, you know what? I'll change out my control arms, or I'll do this, I'll do that. I know what I'm going to do because it's in my head and it's set. The fact that it's there the day before, I know that as soon as I get off work the next day, I'm on my way home to do something. Whereas if it's not there, you're going to get home, you're going to sit on the couch and go, oh shit, I should have probably done this today. Are you going to do it? Most likely not, because you're already in through half an episode of the Grand Tour. You're laughing your ass off. This is a great show. But then what? Next episode comes off. Do you want to leave the couch? Hell no. That's what happens. It's the sad truth. The little things. Clean up after yourself. Surround yourself by good people. Surround yourself in an environment that you can thrive off of, that you can look at yourself in the mirror and go, you know what? Fuck, I'm winning. I'm doing good. I'm not a millionaire. But I'm happy with what I'm surrounded by. That's going to propel you forward. Puff your chest out. Stand up straight. Wake up in the morning. Look in the mirror. Say, hey, today's going to be a great fucking day. And it will be. I guarantee that. And how does that tie into cars, eh? You'd be surprised. Because, this is the world we choose to live in. All the information that we're taking in all the time, lots of the time it's fun to learn. I mean, for me, I love learning new things all the time as much as I can, absolutely. But you got to be on it. I know, you see those true car guys, I see people, they're starting from nothing. They have nothing. I know people that have very little, but they thrive off of it. They come home, they might not have the money to do a build or, buy a new part, but they'll still find something to do. They'll go in the garage, they'll look around for some scrap, they'll build this or that, but they're always constantly doing something, and that's very important. You have to keep your mind occupied. Because the second you start floating away is the second you're going to start not giving a shit. And that's the most dangerous thing. Because the longer you stretch out those periods of not knowing what to do, the longer you're going to be a shithead sitting on the couch, not making it anywhere in life. So one of the sections I would really like to try and focus on here in the AutoDreams podcast is something I would like to call motivation and wellness. I'll try and keep on it every single episode. I can't make a promise to that, but one of the biggest factors of me starting this automotive podcast is because I want to motivate people, young and old, across the board, that they can do it. That you don't need all the money in the world to be a car guy. I never did. But I'm working my way up there, and I look back and I go, shit, it's been a great ride because I've learned, I've worked my ass off. I did it the hard way, but it's paid off every single day. On another note, I would love to get to know you guys. That's why I'm here. please, by all means, send me a picture of your ride. Tell me where you're from. I'm from Canada. I'm Calgary, Alberta. It's really snowy here. Really snowy. Most of the time, about 8 months of the year. This year we've been pretty good, actually. It's been warm. It's been good. A little less Subarus out there, but hey, don't get me wrong. They're still here. More than likely one of the more popular cars. I see those Foresters, those Outbacks. So shout out to you Subaru guys. I want to get to know you guys. I really do. So please, send me an email. Give me a follow on the YouTubes. Subscribe if you like it. I'm not going to force you. But if you like it, go ahead. Hit that button. Spotify, keep her streaming. Show your friends. Tell everybody. I'm going to try and get up to all the car shows as much as I can. I'd love to see what you guys have out there. I want to see your cars. I want to see your rides. I want to know your stories. There's going to be parts of the show where I'm going to want to bring in some people and do a little one-on-one. And, everybody's welcome. Please, by all means, let me know what you got, what's your story, why you're in this place you are. I'd be more than happy to talk about it. I think it's important for the listeners to know a little bit about their host. I'm not going to go too deep into it. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown. How did I get into the car scene? My father was in sport his whole life, so he tried pushing me to go down the same route. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out for me. That's not where my heart was. I mean, do I have much of an automotive background? Seldom. One of my great uncles back in Europe, I'm actually Polish by heritage. We would quite frequently visit Poland when I was a kid. And he introduced me to some of his rally cars, actually. He had a Mark I Volkswagen Golf GTI. Man, was that thing beautiful. So obviously post-retirement, he had a couple of them, but this one really stood out. It really caught my eye. Had that gorgeous pearl white paint job with the 3 Volkswagen stripes across the hood, right down the corner. And I remember staring at that thing forever. I fired it up, revved it up. Boy, I don't know what I was. I couldn't get over myself. This was it. That was it. That was where I wanted to be. I wanted to be able to build my own car like that, to start it up. And we started going over the process. He was showing me what's involved, and I was astonished. Little kid. I grew up on Super Street magazine. All you guys in the States, you have it good. That was great. Reader's Rides. I remember going through those all the time. And seeing, as a kid, you don't understand too much. But the visuals, the wheels, the body kits, the early 2000s, you're looking at these cars and you got that big JDM Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Come on, we all know it. You know what I'm talking about. And that was appealing to me. And I thought that was really cool. And I started growing up and realizing how much more there is to it. And yeah, it was just, it was boggling my brain. I loved it. Career-wise, I worked at a shop, 18 years old, 17. Worked there for a year. I was contemplating doing my mechanics, but it just wasn't for me. I was really seeking more. I taught myself a lot, actually, on the mechanics aspects, but I've also had a lot of good friends and a lot of mentors in my life that have showed me things that I didn't know because, as you guys will know, entering into the car world, you start pulling a car apart, there's going to be lots of roadblocks you run into because, you don't know what the fuck you're looking at. Come on, let's be honest. So it was a little bit of a struggle, but it growing up, and it's always a struggle, right? You have to. Nothing comes easy. You have to push yourself to your maximum potential. And that's what I tried doing. I think where I was blessed the most is being put into an install bay under a gentleman named Stefan Skapestad. That man guided me through the automotive universe like nobody before. He taught me very, very important aspects. And I remember doing my first install. This was a 12-volt installation electronics gig. And I was in a remote starter. And I remember him asking me, hey, do you know how to read a wiring diagram? Yeah, hell yeah, man. Cool. Here you go. Get her done. It was 2017 Subaru Crosstrek. Boy, that was a bitch. But I'll tell you now, I'll never forget that because he taught me the best damn way. He let me do it all myself. And I struggled, but he would always make me figure it out myself, and I respect him so much for that. He also taught me to maintain cleanliness. The bay was always immaculate because, you know, think about it as a customer. You take your car to a shop, you see a messy shop, you know, the guys are all looking messy, blah, blah, blah. It kind of throws you off, right? I mean, you guys start having those second thoughts, like, do I want to get my car serviced here? Is it going to be greasy? Like, am I going to get fucked over? It's little things like that. And I mean, unfortunately, that's just the stigma. That's the way lots of people, especially non-car people, that's the way they see. They'll always judge by the cover. They'll look because they don't know, right? I mean, as unfortunate as it is, because I know some great guys. I really do. They work in the shops. They work their fucking asses off, and they do good work. But at the same time, I also have run into people that are really shitty. And it kind of sucks that that's the way it has to be. But I mean, hey, that's the world for you, right? Anyways, the shop was always clean, always tidy. So everybody was always impressed. And he really got me hooked on that feeling, being able to treat a customer right. And he really nailed it into my head that there's a difference between being, you know, an average technician and being a professional and taking that extra step. Just making sure everything's clean. Fuck. You would never see a wire in your life, but you better damn make sure that wire looks fucking immaculate, and as if that installation was done by, you know, the factory right from OEM, because that says a lot about you as an individual. And I took a lot of that information back to myself, and I'm so grateful for it because, you know, that wasn't only a lesson into the automotive world or into my career. Most importantly, that was a big ticket item to helping me move forward in my life and be proud of who I am as an individual. So, you know, thanks a lot, Steph. You do help me out, and I really appreciate that. You guys will be hearing from him later on in the series here. I will definitely be bringing him onto the show. He's a great guy, does amazing work. He was actually, because of him, I got to work on a SEMA car truck at the age of 20, 21. Not something that everybody, you know, has the opportunity to do. Now, unfortunately, I had to move forward from that place. I wanted to take the next step in my life. Something I've always wanted to do is acquire my welding ticket. So I actually wrote my MECP exam, which is not a requirement here in Canada. You know, in the States, it's a big thing. So, you know, lots of props to you guys that do have those, because that's a great exam. It really shows the knowledge, lots of information in there that lots of the regular guys won't have. So it is like, I mean, anybody can do it. So if it's something that you're chasing, if you want to know a little bit more about the 12-volt fabrication, those kind of aspects of the automotive world, by all means, check it out. MECP, Mobile Electronics Certified Professional. It's a great program. Yeah, and that allowed me to get my new job. So where I am currently working at a metal fabrication shop, doing 12 volts still, and slowly moving into the welding scene, getting up my hours. I'd love to get that ticket, by all means. It'd be great to have. I have lots of aspirations in the automotive world. You know, I'm sure most of us would like to own our own shop, a custom shop, you know, build everything cool. I've always wanted to build things for myself, you know. It's another very important thing that I would like to touch base here on the program. Fuck what anybody else thinks. There's always going to be that asshole out there that's going to tell you that your build is stupid, it's shitty, it's pointless. Fuck them. They're automatically degrading themselves to a level far below yours. It seriously, it makes me want to laugh, because I don't understand why people would do that. I mean, think about it. We're automotive enthusiasts. That's what we do. We're not here to love something for somebody else. When you build something, it's a form of art, and it is an interpretation of your own mind. It's beautiful. It's, as if Van Gogh was painting the Starry Night. Somebody's out here building their car. Look at Nakai-san building the RWB Porsches. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. My hands together for him. That man is a legend. It's really beautiful being able to do something like that. I think we need more people like that, for sure, because he's been a huge inspiration to myself. And in the automotive world, lots of our passion is driven by inspiration. When you go to a car show and you're looking at all these crazy rides, always going to be inspired. There's always some sort of an idea that you can get for somebody else. And see, that's the beautiful thing about the car culture is 99.9% of the time when I run into another car guy, wherever the fuck it may be, we're shooting the shit, we're having a full-blown conversation. And, I could this be the first time I'm ever seeing this guy in my life, but we're 15 minutes into talking about what kind of dope car he's got or what kind of build I'm doing. And I really appreciate that. It's great. I mean, sometimes, like I said, you run into those assholes where they'd be like, oh, yeah, that's fucking stupid. Don't waste your time. All in all, I mean, go on. This is it. This is us. This is what it's going to be. I want you guys to be excited, just like I am about AutoDreams. I mean, I want to go forward with this, Again, like I said, please, by all means, reach out, contact me, drop a like. Throw that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Come on, let's move forward. And by all means, please give me topics to discuss. Ask me questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Actually, I'd love to. That's why I'm here. I want to communicate with you guys. It's going to be a good ride. I'm very excited. And for those of you listening, thank you. I appreciate you. And I promise you, moving forward, we're going to do big things. And remember, guys, we'll always do what we do because we love to do it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what AutoDreams are all about. Zoo.